Hello, my name is Spencer Tuttrup, and today I'm going to be briefly introducing myself today to familiarize you as a classmate about me and explain what is important to me and why. I'm then going to be going over and covering a few things such as my beliefs, my values, and skills for the majority of my speech. I was born and raised in Madison, Wisconsin, and I just turned 21 years old. I'm currently studying communications, business, as well as graphic design at Mankato, and if everything goes right, I should be graduating fall of next year, so that's roughly 3.5 years. This is my fifth and final college I've attended, but I'll get into that later after this brief introduction. I have a loving mother and father, and a younger brother who is currently studying at the U of M, who I visit almost every weekend. I'm heavily involved in the concert scene in downtown Minneapolis, as I'm there for shows almost every weekend. I work as a concert photographer and couldn't be any happier with my current job or the individuals who I've met this year and last, who have helped me along the way. Photography has always been a passion of mine, and realistically, once I graduate with these majors, it's probably what I'm going to be doing the rest of my life. I've been shooting for roughly 6 years, but it's the first time I have made any huge progress in features and publicity. I have one big tattoo that I designed my freshman year on my right sleeve and plan on finishing my right side this fall upon completion of my degree. That being said, it's just a little open up about me considering I knew none of you before entering this classroom. Although that's good information stated above, it's all factual knowledge and doesn't fully get into the core of who I am as a person. For the remainder of my speech, I'm going to be going over and going into depth on my beliefs, my values, and my workability in regards to skills to better understand me and who you might be working with throughout the semester. I'm a firm believer of taking life on a day-by-day basis and not taking anything for granted. To clarify this statement and eliminate all confusion, I'm not talking about ignoring your Roth IRA or 401k and instead spending your money on expensive designer brand clothes as your Roth or 401k are long-term goals that will affect you the rest of your life. To ignore them, you are setting yourself up for failure. What I'm really getting at is take every opportunity for what it is, since it might be the last time you'll ever get to do something. As of this past Saturday the 14th, I should probably be dead right now. This may seem shocking to you, this isn't the first time I've had a near-death experiences, and I can guarantee you it won't be the last time. Yet and yet again, my belief of taking life on a day-by-day basis becomes clear to me as I can see from personal experience how everything can be going great and then wrong place, wrong time, it can all be gone in a matter of seconds. So basically this Saturday I was T-boned by a bus in St. Paul, Minnesota. I had never been in a car accident before. I mean, I've had other near-death experiences, but I've never been in a car crash, so I've never expected it. But I was merging onto the highway, got T-boned by a bus at probably 30 and 30, so not insanely fast, but it was on driver's side, so there's very high chance I could have been dead. And based on the damages on my car, like if he would have hit me either a foot closer, he would have hit me directly, and I probably would have been in the hospital considering the size of a hole in the side of my van. Or if he would have hit me a foot back, I would not have spun out into the lane I was actually in, and I would have spun into incoming traffic. So although it really does suck that I got into a car accident, it is even better that I'm alive right now, and you gotta really weigh that on a scale. And just in case you want to see some proof or you want to see a picture, I'll include it right here before I continue on my next point. Another reason I believe taking life on a day-by-day basis and not taking anything for granted is showing passion and love for the people who care about me and who support me on an everyday basis. So basically before I was in college or even like my freshman year, I was not very good at showing how much I cared for people or how much people were there for me. Like I thought it, I was like, wow, like thank you, but I never truly expressed how I felt or showed people how much I cared, and this kind of turned people off and like kind of made my parents and we had a rough relationship for probably the first 18, 19 years of my life. But now it's great. But they're kind of the ones who've kind of supported me throughout the years. Obviously that's what parents are supposed to do, but they've pushed me or they've guided me extra because they didn't have the same opportunities I do. And they just want me to succeed. And there's been multiple times I've thought about just dropping out. I was extremely close one time, and they just keep pushing me and supporting me through the way. And it's harder when I pay for my own college and they're there to back me. It really says something when they're able to just kind of like support me and convince me why it's so important. Like obviously I understand why a college degree is so important. It's kind of the reason I'm still here today, but it's through their guidance and support from my friends and everyone else that I've made the successful changes in my life, and I've got out of some pretty bad situations. Like I said before, should probably be dead or not in the same place I am today. Without their help, I wouldn't be who I am today and won't be the person I am in the future. So it's a big thank you for that, and that's due to taking things for granted on a day by day basis. It's showing them how much I care for them and how much I love them day by day, and I never really showed that before, and I do care. This day by day basis, not taking anything for granted, also plays a huge role in what I value about myself, as the more I take things on a day to day basis and stop worrying about the future events, which I have no control over, and focus on the things in the present, the happier I am overall. I value happiness. Everything in my life boils down to being happy, and this is my number one priority, goal, and achievement. Happiness to me is waking up with a purpose, with excitement to do whatever it is I'd be doing at the moment without any regrets or jealousy holding me back. The degree at which we all value happiness is slightly different. As I go Chris Gardner, I'm constantly in pursuit for happiness. It's a smile on my face with no explanation other than I'm content with everything going on. Happiness is the reason and main determination factor for all my big decisions today. So as I mentioned before, I've been to 5 different colleges now. So first I started off at Milwaukee School of Engineering, where I was going to become an engineer and make over $100,000 a year. I rode that first semester and wasn't really along my path, so I transferred to UW Stout, where I was going as a graphic designer. And I didn't really like their curriculum, and I just wasn't happy there, so I transferred back home to attend community college. And at community college, I just took generals and decided what I wanted to do, so I transferred to UW-Madison. At UW-Madison, the class sizes were too big. Classes of 1,600 weren't cutting it for me. So my final destination, MSU, and I like it a lot better here, and regardless, 5 is way too many, so I'm staying here, complete my degree, and hopefully we'll be done in a semester. This big idea of happiness has been formed by my parents, watching them and just seeing how happy they are with their current jobs. And I see it in them, and they see it in me and want to see it in me. They want me to be happy. They want me to succeed. And they're doing everything they can to help me be happy while succeeding at the same time. It's easy to be happy and not succeed, as well as it also is to succeed and not be very happy. But I want to meet where I'm happy and I succeed. Money value isn't a huge importance to me. Only thing that really matters is I have enough to live a sustainable life, and I don't need to struggle very much to get by each day. If you can't already tell, this idea of happiness has been reinforced by my daily decisions. Everything I do to this point revolves around my happiness. There's certain things that I can't control, but if there's a long-term decision that's going to account for, am I going to make more money, or am I going to be miserable the rest of my life, or am I going to be happy? I'm going to choose the happiness way, because I've made it this far, and I've already accomplished so much. I'm working my dream job already. I'm associating with people that are going to get me farther in my career, and I have a lot of great friends right now. To me, everything I'm doing and all my goals are associated with happiness, and everything I've done to this point, that's happiness to me, and I can only get happier for the future. A lot of what connects me to happiness strains from the basic skills and abilities that set me aside from everyone else. Coming from my perspective, I've got a lot of skills. I've got a unique style, I'm pretty goofy, I follow my own path. I have a lot of life experience, which makes relating to people and different things fairly simple. I've also got to admit, surprisingly, I'm not perfect. I'm extremely confident, except I have trust issues. I'm confident to a point where if I'm group work, I'll take the hard part so I know I'll get it right on the crucial areas. Somewhat a bad thing, somewhat a good thing. It's hard for me to trust people when I know I can do it right, and sometimes I can't rely on other people. As a team, basically, I can guarantee, regardless of how much work we have, I'll get my part done and I'll make sure we as a group have our stuff in on time. I'm very OCD about getting stuff in as early as time for project wise, as projects stress me out and good grades are important to me and my group. After hearing my short introduction with my beliefs on life as a day per day basis while not taking anything for granted, how much I value happiness, and a small introduction on my skill set, I hope you are familiar enough with me to hone in on a better understanding of where I come from and what I can bring to the table as a potential partner.